ancient times, this sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has two things about it. One, it's filled with gold and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Hello everyone, welcome in. Today it's Thursday, and the Build Challenge just ended. So we're here to make a wrap up of everything, get the last scores in the leaderboard and review the final leaderboard. But hey, it's done. We went through. Hey! So welcome in everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're having an amazing time as well. So let's get right into it. So first things first, we got here on the chat. Welcome in. We got Deokes on you, Yannick Marino, Wicked, U2, Cookie Boy King, Artificial, UCME over X, and welcome in everyone. How you all doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. If not, I'll try to make it better as usual. So let's get, and thank you so much for the subscription. Wicked, that was amazing. Hell freaking yeah. So what we have today? Today we are gonna be updating the final results just to see how everything is. I was working a little bit here on the background, so I'm not sure if you also noticed, but something has changed. Something has changed here in the stats that we had on the Build Challenge. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but I feel a big change, and we're going to track that down. Having that said, towards the end of the stream, we're also going to be making an update regarding the roadmap, regarding some recent news that I had and got confirmation. So yeah, things are starting to look very amazing, and I can pretty much tell you what's going to happen next, and I'm very sure you're also going to be much excited about it. So let's get into it right now. And first things first, let's get the Build Challenge done, wrapped up until we wait for the prize distribution. So hell freaking yeah, congratulations everyone that participated. Thank you so much for playing the Pickaxe Master Games, and let's make this a blast, right? Okay, so what I see here, I have the experiences, I'm not sure if they're by order, but I'll be updating them, and you can see here on this link, I'm going to share across all channels. So we're live streaming to Twitch, to YouTube, and to X/Twitter. So here's the link if you want to check it out. This is the live stats. I added here for hours because they did change that. We're going to add up Tuesday and Wednesday also plays to see how much we've got in total. So starting here with the Misty Mountain, let me go over here. So what I noticed is they decreased the average session length by quite a lot. So we had about 150 hours of playtime, and now we have about 89. So this is a huge decrease, which is strange, I do have to say. I'm not sure if they went through some filter, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. So what I'm missing here, I'm missing from 25 and 26. So first of all, I'm going to be adding whatever we had played before, plus 9, plus 7, plus 8. So that's extra 15 plays. And we had a total of 449 plays over Misty Mountain, and I'm going to calculate right now. So we have average session length, which is 11 minutes. So 11 multiplied by this value we had just here, divided by 60. So we get the hours. So we have Actually, I see 82 hours based on this. So yeah, we had a couple of, no, because we did launch this just for the build challenge. So this doesn't make much sense what I'm seeing here. The total players I am missing from my tracking, and you know, we've been tracking this quite on spot, right? I'm missing here about 52 plays, and that should equal to the 7 hours we're having difference from here. All right, that is done. Let's go over the Lucky Pit. So Lucky Pit, where is it? Lucky Pit, here it is. Now on this one, it's going to be different because we have total playtime from what we had in the tournament. So let's see how this will play out. Equals everything we had before, plus 4 from Tuesday and 10 from Wednesday. So that makes 14 plays, and the total time should be around 16 minutes. Open bracket, 16 minutes multiplied by 245, close brackets, divided by 60. So we should have an error. Ooh, yeah, I missed the division sign. Okay, so 65 hours out of this total playtime. So it really decreased by a lot in here. Now, moving on to Temple of the Four Winds. It should be the last one, I do believe. Yep. First, we're going to calculate the stats, then we will update the rankings, as usual. So we had 13 plus 36. So that would be about 49 plays. Everything we had before plus 49. So total is 379. The average session length is 9 minutes, which... Not sure, because usually we take a couple of time taking the screenshots and all of that, so it kind of feels a little bit off here. So 56 hours we have on this one. Moving on to red light, green light, and now this is where things get really interesting. If you remember, this was the game that had least played time on, and if we would look into the rankings, we would see that a lot of players just took several minutes just to even finish the game. And here says we have 31 minutes session length average. I do believe that this is also not right. So let me do the calculations back again. We had 30 plus 16, so this is 46 added up to what we had before. So 36, right? Yeah, 46. Currently with 816 plays, so I do have tracked down more plays than actually shows here. So this is also off. So on some I have less, on this one I have more. It doesn't add up. Now calculating, this says we have an average of 31 minutes, which is quite damn a lot, multiplied by 816 divided by 60. So we should have, actually we should have 421 playtime for what it says here. So kind of feels it's terribly off. I'm not sure what's up with that. Did anyone else that was live streaming comment on this, that they found their data, their stats a little bit off of what they were? Let me know. Shakespeare, if you're watching the stream and you've also on your experience, I know that Blue Tulip said he faced the same issue. His experiences were showing a lower number. Yes, like all of our experiences, they're showing a lower number, except this one. Red light, green light. Now says that we have 364 hours, which is crazy. And it doesn't make any sense. Wicked says same here. So they probably went through some sort of filter for cheating and all that measuring type of stuff. And we got affected largely by it. At least he feels like it's a general thing going on. But it leaves a very sour taste because pretty much we had a very, very fair type of competition. You know, we've been live streaming, playing the games together. There's no farming, no guilding going on and all of that. There's no AFKing, people just playing the game as it is. And, we had 59 on Tuesday plus 8. So this is 67. That's quite a lot. 67 plays. So on this one, we should have about 6 minutes. So open bracket, 6 minutes multiplied by what we have. and divided by 60. So we should have 48 hours.1, which is way less than we have here. And these games, okay, this actually was open for alpha testing before we launched. Maybe that's the difference. Now, Eye of the Storm was another one that had quite a few hours of gameplay, if you'll remember. And now here, it just went way, way, way down, like way down from 200 and something hours. So like it has been cut in half. Now, my concerns here are, let me just add this, 28 plus 21, so that is 49. My concerns here is that, as we've been told, the Build a Challenge, the way that the metrics work and how they're telling us that we're going to get compensated, would be with total players, like how they would come back, the total play time, pretty much all the same metrics, but we would be competing alone. It would not be a leaderboard for that. Now, if we get all our playtime divided by half, so whatever we were supposed to earn, we're getting half of it. It just leaves a very, very bad taste that kind of go like, hey, last day, let's just push this update very close to the end, you know? Now we got the metrics, let's just reduce everyone playtime and make sure that, hey, maybe they're getting good stats and that's not what's supposed to happen. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. It's what I have to say. But not going to throw any quick judgment on that. I'm going to wait for the end to actually see the results, to see what they come up with. Now moving into Elgaroth Ascension, which should be around the beginning. Yeah. But I won't need the stats. Here we go. So we had 26 plus 13. So this is 39. Elgaroth Ascension did reach above 500 plays. So this is equal to 6 minutes. So for example here, 6 minutes, I don't know, maybe. Multiplied by a number of plays and divided by 60 minutes, we should have 52 hours. Now it says here 66 hours. Maybe that was from the play test. And last but not least, we have Gem Chamber, which should be around... where's the Gem Chamber? Here it is. So Gem Chamber, yeah, it also decreased quite a lot. And Gem Chamber was even featured. Like we have 100 unique players from it. But let's add that up. We had everything we had before, plus 66 and 5, so 71. Bringing to a total of 462 plays. Now, we equal that to 6 minutes of average playtime, multiplied by what we have, close brackets, divided by 60, so we should have 46 hours, as opposed for the 74. But maybe, yeah, we're not counting everything that was before the Build a Challenge as well. So a little bit underwhelming. So in terms of total plays, we already got this updated. Let me check here. So we have 4,572. We were about 400 plays away from reaching the next milestone, so we would increase the prize pool another 1,000 cent. And if we calculate everything all together, we had about 874 hours of gameplay, which is quite nice, I would say. It's quite impressive. But it does leave a sour taste in the mouth because it's not what I was expecting. Hey Drakusha, how is it going? Welcome in. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think that these reflects beta? Do you think these stats are accurate? Do you believe that Misty Mountain had 89 hours of playtime? Should it have more? Do you believe, which one were also most played, for example? Here, Gem Chamber, 74 hours. Eye of the Storm, 130 hours. I remember like this game was played, what it says here, almost 1,500 times. Feels kind of, I don't know, but I don't like the feeling of it. Okay, now here I'm gonna update what we have for Misty Mountain. Let me check out the scores real fast on the leaderboard. So coming back here, launch version, let's see the page. And what changes do we have? on this one. So yeah, every point will count a lot from now because there's no extra chances to do so. So reviewing, we got Noble on first place, we got Cookie Boy King here, so we're not taking account on the screenshots that have been sent on the Discord server. I'm just making sure we've got the scores updated to their final form. So far, all good. We got PolyNG, also good. Breezius had sent a screenshot, which is way more than this. Sir Alcan, it's also good. Ian, check. Dr. Luigi is also check. Shakespeare, yep, the same. Vivi and Nappy, they also keep the same. Fecofat also the same. Caden. I did see a screenshot with a better score. Dark Fist also, and Femican. Well, this is a new score here. Femican just entered the leaderboard on the 23rd place, and he got 3440. Also, I'm going to adding him into the global leaderboard, making him the 92nd player to participate. So GG. Very well done. Now, going over the screenshots, just making sure I didn't miss any of those. So for Misty Mountain, I see Nappy, but that is added already. Well done. More screenshots. Femican did post quite some, but it's also updated on the leaderboard, which is good. And from here, I do believe we've got everything registered. Okay, so not many new scores. This one is done, and I would not be surprised of not having that many new scores. We got the Lucky Pit. Lucky Pit should be around here. Here we go. So let's see what changed. PCW keeps the first spot, then Noble the same. We've got Nazman. Nazman did improve a lot on his score. I'm not finding him. Let me do a search. Nazman. Okay, so Nazman did get some. So he is in 13th place, and right now he's going for third. So 2,340. That's his new high score for Nazman. And he just got himself about 10 points. Now, on the global leaderboard, 10 points is quite a lot. I also see here the Yoke is on you with a better score of 2,238. So that is getting also one extra point for the Yoke is on you. Breezius has the same. Crypto Marco has the same. AJ also has the same. Cookie Boy King keeps the same result. Play Game for Fun. Hey, Play Game for Fun finally in the leaderboard. Did this get fixed somehow? Artificial with the same score. Touchly, Wicked You also with the same. Then Vivi. Ian, Thecofat. Let me just scroll over. Thecofat Shakespeare. Also good. Then we have Katen. Katen checks. Polly checks. Dr. Luigi checks. Go West. And Paclos the same. Nappy is already in the leaderboard. Same with Kenzo, Panapops, and Degas. Do we have Degas in here? We do already have Degas in here. Sanhar. Darkfist. Darkfist is already as well in here. So I'm just looking at these nicknames. Okay, I see Femican. That has not been included before. Femican did make a score of 162, which makes him jump straight to ranking number 37. From here, I do see all of these scores. They look pretty much the same. Yep, Peepsy, Rogos, Go DRKV, Shasha King, Sush, yes, Kepo Martini, Trishika, Arsh, Joe. Well, Joe, I don't see Joe. So Joe did 46. Yep. So Joe also got into this ranking with 46. Double checking. Yes, that is true. So this one is one of the games that had most different players. So right now I have already 66 different players. Corey plays Crypto, Gustavo, Germanji, Lowcast, Retty. Okay, so all done. Moving into Temple of the... Oh, let me check the screenshots just to be double sure. So Lucky Pit here from Femican, looking good. Then I have Breezias, I have Degas, and I have Nappy, but any of it are from the Lucky Pit. So, all good. Hey, play game for fun. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Hey, Adblock. What's up? Over X. Play for fun and play to earn. What's the biggest obstacle facing the project visibility so far? So, Adblock, let me go over that in a minute. I just want to wrap this up real quick. And we will go over those questions in a bit. But play game for fun. I'm good. Thank you so much. Updating here the leaderboards so we wrap up the Build a Challenge. We were going over the Lucky Pits and now moving into Temple of the Four Winds. Let's update this one. So Temple of the Four Winds, what we have? We have Breezius, all good. We have the Yokezonyu with the same score. Cookie Boy King also keeps the same. Artificial. Same. Nasman did not increase his. Play game for fun, also good. Crypto Marco. Then followed by Ian, Caden, Shakespeare, Wicked. Then we have Femican. Also, this was not added before. Let me do insert him in the leaderboard. So he had 1,600. No, okay. Just gonna make sure everything is refreshed on the leaderboard. So it is all looking good. Now, over the screenshots, do we have any screenshot for this one? I got Femican one, which is already in, and that's about it. That is about it. Next one. Probably missed. Why? What do you mean? Play game for fun, not happy with the adjustment of the leaderboard at all. Yes. Play game for fun. Go check your stats. They have been reduced like by half. On average, from what I see in the 8 different games we have on the sandbox, our stats have been reduced by half. Next one is red light, green light, except this one, which got multiplied by almost 10 or 8, probably 8. Like this one just incredibly high. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm waiting for an official announcement, something that would most likely V Pyre would do because V is responsible for these programs. So kind of waiting for a long, medium article, kind of going like what happened, what did not happen, something like we will do also later today, just a wrap up of the season. Now here I see all the scores pretty much the same. Bitfox, also the same. Crypto Marco here keeps up the same ranking. We got Go West also, yep. No big changes, or actually no changes at all. We got Fecofat also in here. Nappy, Sebga, Degas, all good. Roxy Miguel, Femican, here we go. Here's a new score. So Femican did get a score of 208.4. Let's add the .4. So it took him about 4 minutes or something. Paklos was already there. Then we got Boopful, Dark Fist, Cyber Dragon, and Joe. Is Joe already here? Yes, it is. Joe, Go, Dearkive, Birdsea, and Blue Tulip. Now over the screenshots. Kind of sucks going a little bit back and forth. I see Degas with 124. That's a screenshot. Is Degas in here? 100 and... No. Okay, so that is a new entry. 124. So probably that was one entry that was missing by Degas. Very well done. 124. That's some extra points. Start again. So refresh the leaderboard. Going over the screenshots, making sure I don't miss any of those. I see Famican. That's already added up. Well done. And that's about it. Okay, I also have screenshots in the other tab. The Lucky Pit, which is been updated by Nasman. Okay, all done. Moving to the next experience, here we go. So asteroid mining, we just have 4 to go until we wrap it up. Asteroid mining, here we go. So asteroid mining, what we have? We still have artificial, we still have novel. The yoke is on you, did rank a couple. Hell freaking yeah, let's go fam. Look at that. From 16th place all the way to 7th. So the Okazon, you got some really extra points on these last ones. Going forward, Cookie Boy King, Ian, Nasman, I don't see, so that was a screenshot. Shakespeare and everyone else pretty much. How the hell? Nappy has oxygen tank with 325. Probably consumed the resources in the wrong place, which is a little bit unfortunate. Over the screenshots, I see Breezius with 5820. So 5820, which is going to tie him up with Play Game for Fun. It doesn't actually move him a spot, but he got a better one. This is from Femican. Let me see, Asteroid Mining. And no, his score is 0, so it will not count. Here also 0 screenshots. And I see Artificial with 512, so that is also updated. So Asteroid Mining done. Let's move to into Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm, what we have? We have Noble, then Artie, then we have Breezius, we have Polly, then Nasman, Caden, Ian, Zumzi, Shakespeare, Thecofat, Vivi, PCW, Nasman. Okay, Nasman does seem here with a new eye score. Let me check. No. Nasman has sent a screenshot with a better one. So Crypto Marco keeps the same. Then we have Ayadi, AJ, Dr. Metaverso, The Bitfox, Go West, Panda Pops, Nappy, Degas is also there, Dark Fist, and Femican. We have not included Femican, so let's add him. And Femican did 1740. So that is a good score. Let me refresh the leaderboard one more time. So that is updated right now. So we have also Dark Fist, which has already been updated. Sir Alcan is also updated. Then we have here Dr. Luigi, King of Crypto, J-Dog, Joe, Samurai Danny, Rico Path, Birdsea, and that is done. Now, over the screenshots, Eye of the Storm. Let me check. I don't see anything new. Femican also got registered, so that is good. Yeah. All done. All done. Elgroth Ascension. So we're going into the final 2. Just check here the comments, because while I'm doing this, I cannot actually see the comments. I did miss some. I have 29 less players than before. No more sound. What? Oh, okay, yeah, I did mute myself for a second. Why? Must be on your side. Never mind, I misclicked and muted. Hey, PCW, how's it going? Nasman says, by the way, we reduced everyone plays so we don't have to pay you as much as says TSB. Kind of feels that way, not gonna lie. Focus on playing games and didn't record stats, at least. Would not know how much they cut. I took a screenshot this morning. I wish I didn't. Well, we've been taking like a very closely track on everything that happened, and yeah, some stuff doesn't go right, and I actually have all the data to prove them, like, what's up with all of this. this doesn't add up to what we have here. So how is it going to be? Elgroth Ascension. Let's go. First place, we have Noble with 37. Then we have Crypto Marco with 41, followed by AJ tied up with AJ 41. Then we have Caden with 43. We have Ian with, well, actually the yoke is on you with 43 as well. Ian with 47, followed by Nasman with 49, the Bitfox with 51, PCW with 52, Panda Pops with 54, then Go West with 59, Artificial with 66, then Degas with 70, Play Game for Fun with 88, which has already been updated, followed by Cookie Boy King with 95, then Breezius with 117. That is probably his worst score in the leaderboard. Then Thicofat with 226. So this is quite a lot, but he did it. Now we have Sir Alcan, Ricopath, Wicked, Sebga, Vivi, Sabadragon, Polly, Joe, J-Dog, Dansak, Femican. Okay, I need to add Femican right after Dansak. Here we go. So here's gonna enter Femican. Added. Well done. Then we have Jazzwolf, Diwa Human, Memphis, Dew, Game Drop, and Kikuan. Over the screenshots, I do not believe that Elgroth Ascension has a new one. So Femican did upload this one. Yep. And over these screenshots, also the same. All good. Going into the last one, Gem Chamber. So what we have on Gem Chamber? Gem Chamber was around here. Probably the hardest one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with 8 collected gems. Really well done. Not an easy game. So there's no other new player in this top tier. We have Paklos and Cookie Boy King and Panda falling behind, alongside with AJ and Dr. Luigi. And also Ian, which has not been found here, only over the screenshots. Which I did see Dega's screenshot. And also I saw another one. Ian with 7, which has already been added. Here also no. So I believe only Degas has a screenshot here, if it has not been updated yet. Yep, here it is. So did Degas already rank on this one? No, he hasn't. Let's freaking go. So he probably completed all the 8 games. With 6 collected. Coming back here, we had Joe, Wapax, yes, Dark Fist, also included. Followed by the Bitfox, which had 8. So yeah, so Femican with 4. Let me also add him. But yeah, some stuff feel very, very weird to me with this. Yeah. Stats are really sketchy. Well, going on, we have J-Dog. Where's J-Dog? Here it is. We have Vivi as well. Jazzwolf, followed by Nappy, Dr. Metaverso, Sir Alcan, Ricopath, Chico D, Dunsack, Shakespeare with 2 collected ones, St. Michael, Impossible Dream, Madison. Now, with only 1, we do have Sergey, Muddy Feet, SB, Pasa La Vista, Helton, and RP. So I've went also through the screenshots, which does make me feel like it's done. So I'm going to update finally the leaderboard. So as you can see, it's still not updated. I'm going to hit refresh right now. And this is how it's going to look once I hit refresh. Uh-oh, I saw some changes. The yoke is on you, going into 4th place. Just 1 point away from PCW. That was close. Now, top 10. What we have? We have Noble on first place. We have Breezius on second. We have PCW on third. The Yokezoni on fourth. Cookie Boy King on fifth. Nazman on sixth. Crypto Marco on seventh. That was a huge fall by Crypto Marco. On 8th, we have AJ. On 9th, we have Artificial. And on 10th, we have the Bitfox, followed by, very closely, by Ian, Caden, Play Game for Fun, Go West, Vivi, Shakespeare, Fecofat, Paulie ONG, Dr. Luigi, and Sir Alocan. Now, over the top 20, this was the top 20. Now, top 30, we have Degas. So Degas just came to play on the last 2 days. Look at that. Just from here, he already has 47. Plus everything else he has on the individual ones. I'm pretty sure Degas on just playing on the last 2 days got himself like about some 70 cent. So very impressive. Also the same for Nappy. Nappy played only 2 games, only 2 days before it ended. Probably has about 70 cent. Dark Fist the same. Famican played on the last day. He played on the freaking last day. And he's gonna manage to get himself about 70 cent. Super impressive. So we have Degas, Nappy, Dark Fist, Famican, Panda Pops, Wicked, J-Dog, Joe, Dr. Metaverse, and Rico Path. Now on top 40, we have Sebga, Packlus, Dunsack, King of Crypto, Birdsey, Sanhart, Wapax, Cyber Dragon, Go Day Arky, V, and Zumzi. Now I'm just going over the top 50, which is going to be Touchly, Ayati, Jazzwolf, Kenzo. Well, actually, I think I'm missing a score by Jazzwolf. Let me just real quickly. I might have typed the Jazzwolf with 2 Z's in one experience or another. Or the Jazzwolf. Let me check. No, I do not have any Jazz with double Z. Only have Jazzwolf in on Elgroth and on Gym Chamber. So this is correct. So we have Jazzwolf, Kenzo, Roxy Miguel, R24K, Il Creatore, Chico D, Diwa Human Club, and Memphis on the top 50. So congratulations, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this Build a Challenge. I also hope that you enjoyed this new format. I kind of like this overall global leaderboard format. What I think it needs some adjustment that we're going to do for the next one is the huge gap between the top 10 and going forward. So I think these needs to be better adjusted. I don't think the gap should be that big. I think it should be a more progressive type of leaderboard. So probably what it needs to happen is that top rankings will not be earning that much sand, but we will have a better distribution across all the different rankings. So that is one thing we want to change for the future, which can be definitely much better and much more inviting to play. I do like the thing that we had like different experiences and just kind of bundling up them together in a final leaderboard, especially towards the last days. Artie says, I think you missed out my score on Gem Chamber screenshot in the Discord server. Okay, Artie, let me check that. Can you tag me on that one? I see a score in Asteroid. I see a score. But yeah, that's it. Artie, can you tag me on that screenshot? Okay, I see this one. 6. Okay, he had 6. This is the last one you posted. Gem Chamber. Artie. Oh yeah, I did miss that. Uh-oh, something's gonna change again. Some stuff is gonna change again. Look at that. And I see Artie with an extra point from AJ. Is this gonna be it? Kind of looks like. So refreshing. And Artie just got that extra point to go over AJ. Thank you. Also, if you noticed on the leaderboard that something is wrong regarding the scores, do let me know. Do let me know so I can update it. Is there any info why they cut stats? Play Game for Fun? I do not believe so. I just got by surprise right now. Probably want to check here on the multi-stream. Why did the multi-stream stop refreshing so I do not get to see what you're writing over X and what you're writing over YouTube, which kind of sucks. I think I missed out my score at Gin Chamber. Okay, that is done. I didn't try to improve my scores on the last day, so it's fair. Yeah, you got beaten up by the Yokes on you, Cookie Boy King. That was a sneaky, sneaky entrance. PCW, that was not lucky. That was hard work. But yeah, I do hope that they do not reduce the payout for creators or whatever expectations we have. They do meet despite the cuts. So I have absolutely no idea. All I know is that we have been here for the full month, streaming almost every day, playing games with you, doing these type of competitions, putting out amazing content out there, tracking all of this down with all the struggles. We still managed to push it, having an amazing number of 4,500 plays across 30 days, which equals to 874 hours. So not bad at all. Having that said, this is going to be the wrap up, the score. So Novel getting the top place, 641 sand. It did not change much, so we also added the individual scores. Novel will be receiving about 800 and something sand tokens, which is quite a lot. Now for the payout, we do have to wait for the sandbox to send the rewards for the creators, and then the creators, which I believe it's not only us, but it's going to happen to a lot of different creators, which is we're waiting for the sandbox payment, so we're able to also send out the prizes all out to you. So what the sandbox did state is that prizes will be sent on the 9th of April. We do expect to be rewarding in the following week. So like Wicked is saying, GG everyone, well played. I totally agree with that. We are into 43 minutes of these yada yada, a lot of talking, just updating the leaderboard. So very proud of all of you for playing the game. This was well played. I really enjoyed towards the end of the stream when things got really competitive and everyone was trying to get that extra point to climb up in the leaderboard. Next one, I do believe it's going to be way better because we will have a prize distribution much more fair and without that big gaps. So every rank will count. So I believe even not, if you're not in the top 10, it will still feel competitive enough that will give you motivation to go that extra mile and rank a couple of more points. That is one of the changes we're going to do, as I believe everyone should be equally rewarded and the rankings should be a reflection of that, and the gap should not be that big. That was a big learning. We also got tons of feedback from all of you on what the games could be better. So we're going to be introducing all of those changes in the next month as well, as we go prepare for the next Build Challenge that we do not know when it's going to happen, but I do have a feeling it could be in about the next 3 months, maybe, potentially, possibly 3-4 months. That's going to be my schedule, my mind schedule, is that in 3-4 months we're going to have a new Build Challenge, which kind of makes a little bit sense to me. So we're going to be putting all of those changes, all that feedback that you gave us into the game, so we make the games more fun, more competitive, more playable as well into the next Build Challenge. So if you have any type of feedback as well, make sure you do write on the Discord server on the feedback tab, because that gets really registered. It's easy for us to roll back and go like, okay, let me just look into the feedback tab. Some of them you send here. I take notes on my calendar, but for some of them we just go like, we know already what the feedback is. But just for the sake of being registered in the right place, if you have any suggestion of any game that could be improved, or what do you like to see more or less in any given game, just write in the suggestion tab or the feedback tab. That will be very much appreciated by the team. So we have ad in 1 minute. Let me get that into some sort of thing here as we go over the hat. We will be right back so we can tell you a little bit what's going to look into the new roadmap, We're going to have also a new white paper. We are going to have a lot of cool stuff coming soon. So let's go over the ad and then we will be right back. See you very, very soon. So I believe it's now over, the ad. I've restarted the application. Thank you so much, Wicked, as usual, for letting me know. Let me also know if the audio is good now. So, since Build a Challenge is now over, we will be going through what's going to be the next steps of the Pickaxe Master. Let me just change this so we have a cooler thing to look on. Man, they do not even update this stuff. Either way, I'm not going to focus on that. All right, hear me out. So what we have new is our plan was to have the digital version of the board game ready as Build a Challenge would end, but it's not. It looks like coding the multiplayer aspect of the game, it's the most complex thing to do in the project. So thank you, Wicked, for the feedback. But either way, it's on a good pace. It should be finalized within this week. At least that's what the feedback I got from Junior. So what's going to be the next milestones? And when I say milestones, it's going to be also kind of the roadmap. So hear me out. What we have next is we're going to be updating these games for the next Build a Challenge, but I'll not even include that. That's just assumed already. But we're going to have the alpha launch of the board game. That's going to be our next priority, is to launch the digital version of the board game first on desktop, so we can flush out all the bugs and all of that, and then we will be launching on mobile pretty after. So for this alpha launch, we're going to throw 2 game modes, so we can playtest this. We can playtest the shit out of this. Let's just do it that way. We're going to host the first tournament. And to do that, we're going to have a couple of things. So on the board game, the way that you win is for mining the most resources. So there's going to be a leaderboard to see who can get the best resources in a single playthrough. So that is going to be a leaderboard. And you can just be playing over and over and over. It's multiplayer, so there's going to be a dedicated tab on the Discord server that will be created for you just to kind of look for players like, hey, want to play a board game? That will go it. Then afterward, there's going to be a tournament, the first world tournament. And within that tournament, you'll be able to sign up. And we're going to schedule, the games will be live streamed. I think we can live stream them. I'm going to ask if we have a sort of viewer, probably like an admin, or not even admin. I'm going to ask Junior if he can make a thing that to watch a game in progress, just as a spectator mode. So we do want to have a global tournament. That's going to be live stream as well. We will be putting up some prizes. And with this, we're going to do these alpha season, let's call it that way, so we can flush out all the bugs. It's going to be quite short one. I think within 1 month we'll be all done. And then we prepare to launch on mobile. So that is the next milestone we want to accomplish. After that, we want to revamp the website so we can include everything we already did now that we have a leaderboard, to have an automatic way to get the results from the sandbox to our website so we can run everything there. That also will include the scores and a tab for the board game as well. When completely redesign the website, I think it needs a lot of new work on there. That is also done. Now, on top of that, we will be slowly doing also the Roblox. We got a lot of assets already designed. We're starting to build a map. So I don't want to put any pressure on that. It's sort of a side project that we're doing. So I will give you more feedback once it's more complete. I don't want to hype it up on that area. Having that said, next will be also, once we finished with alpha season for the digital version of the board game, is to actually do a Kickstarter campaign for the physical one. So that's going to be the next milestone we want to enter. So we would have a physical board game out there. We would have the digital version in desktop and mobile. We would have the sandbox games. Probably towards the end of the year, we will also have the Roblox. So the Pickaxe Master will be pretty much spread around. Now, along with that, I also had another meeting just to close the year with the accountability team. And things are looking very, very good. We're going to... I'm not sure, probably going towards the end of the year, we're going to be launching the public reports for the accountability. So to tell you how the company is doing and why would we do that. So we're going to do a fundraise for our token. We're going to be launching our token. And our token is going to be massively cool, is what I have to say. So with the token that we're going to put up for sale, it's going to be a tokenized phantom share. So with a tokenized phantom share, it's not an actual share because legally we cannot do that yet. Blockchain tech is all very new. That's where we want to head at, but we have to work what it's possible right now, right? So within that, what's going to happen is we're going to be sharing these public reports of the company every 3 months. And when we calculate the profits of those 3 months, they will be put. So how does it work? I would need something like a paint or a Miro board. Let me see if I can get a Miro board just to design this, because graphically this is way easier to show, I would say. What does this have? I'm not sure if I even have a Miro board. Okay, I'll just work here. I think I can showcase here. So I need to add a new one, which went, where did it went? Okay, I'm not even going to name it. Why does it not show? Maybe, okay, sheet 4, perfect. So let's call this Q1, let's call these Q2, Q3, and Q4. So when we get the results from here, XXXX, this is we're gonna have like a really details on everything, as you can see, and we're gonna put results from Q1, and we're gonna show. So here we're gonna calculate Q1, and here we will show or report Q1, and here we will distribute Q1. So let's also, let me put Q1, let's do, for example, 2026, oh, and 2026 plus 2026. Now pay attention to this. This is going to be important. Let me copy add. Now here it's going to be 2027, 2027, 2027, and 2027. Now the distributions as well. So just gonna put calculate Q2. Here we're gonna report Q2, and here we're gonna. So what we're gonna do with distributions? Every distribution, let's for example, K1 distribution, it's gonna be divided by 4. So whatever we do on Q1, it's going to be divided by 4. So when we distribute Q1, it's going to be 25% of it. Which means we're going to distribute Q1 25% 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So we reach Q1 distribution 4 times. Now we're going to report Q2 here, and we're going to distribute 25% of Q2 in here. And then goes here, here, and here. Let me know if you got some questions and if this makes sense. Now, going back again, so we calculate, we report, and we distribute. So we calculate, we report, and we distribute. So we calculate key3. Here we report key3. Oh wait, report Q3. And here we will distribute Key3. And also we'll distribute here 25, 25, 25, and 25 makes 100%. So this way we have a steady flux of funds, and it kind of prevents us from the, let's say we have a 1 trimester. Well, actually it's not a quadrimester, it should be T. It's a trimester. Same, and same, and same, and same. Okay. So we would have the trimester. Okay, I'm not going to change all of this. You got the idea, right? So if we have a huge spike in volume in one trimester, it just not go like, oh, this trimester is going to be super good to claim those profits. So everyone buys a token, they stake the token, they get out of that, and they sell the token. So if we distribute like 25% each trimester, it gets diluted through the year. And I think that's a much more feasible way. And hey, we're trying to build tokenomics here. That would make sense. So just to finish this up, we would be reporting. So calculate key 2, calculate key 3. Here would be calculate key 4. Here would be report Q4, and here we will be distributing Q4. So from on, this is how things will look. And then we will be moving on like this. So for example, here it's missing something, but going forward, what's going to happen is that we're going to calculate here, calculate T1. So we're going to report T1, and we're going to distribute T1 25%. So what's missing here, now it's added up here because it comes from this one. So we're always kind of 1 and 2 blocks ahead. Hey Ian, how's it going? So that's how we want to do that. And how we're going to do? We're going to do through a staking smart contract. Not stacking, but staking. These staking smart contracts are going to be KYC'd. Why it's going to be KYC'd? Because we have to report legally whoever we're giving out the funds. So in order to do this legally, because we don't want anything shady, what we're going to have with profits when we have the it's the profit. How do I say this? Some of these technical words in English, trying to translate them real time is a little bit challenging for me. So bear with me. So before the profit distribution, there's a couple of things that's going to happen. I'll put this more into detail because we have to make provisions and the provisions usually are 25% legally required. So with that, we're going to be paying up 75% if I recall. And with this, because we're going to be distributing funds across all over the world, and it has so many different legalities to it. So some places will have, at the top of taxes, we have to pay the maximum tax here in Portugal, which is 35% if we don't want to have any problem with legal. So, and we really don't want that. So this is going to be provision, if I recall from what I understood. Then out of this 75, it's what's going to be distributed, and there's going to be a tax. This is going to send out to the government, which is 35%. So all of this, what's left over, is going to be put up in the staking smart contract, and it will be in tokenized. We'll be converting everything into tokenized gold. As I've been hinting you, the game we want to do, our standalone game, will have a real world economy based in tokenized gold. So we want pretty much to have all of that. So this tokenized gold will go into the staking smart contract, which you will be able to claim that. So let's say we have here, we input the distribution Q1. So we have Q1 of 2026, and it's 25% of that we put on this specific month. And we will be dividing this by 30 days. So, well, actually not 30 days, it's going to be 120 days. So whatever we put here, let's just make a number. It's 10,000 we put there, right? And this is going to be the distribution of profit for the first trimester. So it means that's going to be this divided by 120. So every day, 83 are going to be pouring out. And how is it going to be? Let's say it's going to be divided by the amount of tokens out there. Let's say user A, okay, I need to go down here a little bit. User A puts their 200 tokens, user B puts 500 tokens, user C puts 1000 tokens, user D has 500, and user E has 2000. Not going to do more than this. So what it means is user A, out of these 10,000, daily what he would be getting is his share, which is 200. Actually, let me do this the other way, which is 200 divided by this total, which is 200 plus 5 plus 1000 plus this, close brackets. And we're going to multiply. Actually, I'm going to need more brackets for this because I want this operation to actually run first. And then we want to multiply for what's giving daily. So this person with 200 tokens would be getting 3 tokens of whatever it is per day. So I'm going to do this as an example. Yeah, of course, you're not going to do it that way. Can I move you? Can you let me move you? No, this doesn't work like a spreadsheet. So what I need to do is firm them down. Actually, not this one, but this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I should be able to copy now and get results for everything. Exactly. So this is how it would look. So you're getting, what you're getting is compared to the total of tokens that are staked in that specific amount. So either someone stakes more token, takes some tokens from the staking smart contract. It's going to be divided through or for everyone that's staking the token. So that's how we get to have a tokenized phantom share. Now with this funding, what we want to do is to actually build our own game just for us. We've been talking about Unity and Unreal. We're still struggling with that decision, but we want to have one of the first real world economy type of games, where it's not a play to earn, it's a pay to play, definitely. Because if we want to have a game that has a real economy on it, it should have that flux of funds coming from somewhere. Otherwise, we're creating out of thin air. That will never, it won't go with the narrative of what we want to build, which is a real economy, that every resource, every asset has a correlation and evaluation with gold. So that's how we want to use, and those, again, those profits will come back here, and everything will be tied up, so we could be earning from playing the game, but also from the profits that the game would generate that we will be distributing for token holders. It's not an actual share, it's a phantom share, and the phantom share does not give token holders, like for example, a seat at the table, at the decision table, like an actual share would do, because that possibility does not exist yet, legally speaking. But our plans is, as blockchain gets more adopted, as governments create better rulings and better laws for these use cases, and we see the RWA narrative going forward, which is quite strong, I do believe that these will be very much possible in the future, and that's at least where we want to head at. Personally, we feel like what we're creating should be left as a legacy to the world, as us players, and I would include myself as a player. I think it benefits so much when you have everyone in the ecosystem involved with, and everyone benefits from the success of the game. So this is our plan, and that's how we want to move forward, which is decentralizing the company. This token would also serve for purposes of the DAO. The DAO would be pretty much determining the ratios of everything, like for example, how we do things here, how it would make sense for token holders to receive this. For example, there's going to be a liquidity pool, and liquidity pool is going to generate fees, for example. So there's going to be a liquidity pool which is going to generate fees. These fees will be, of course, going into profits. So this also will get distributed to the staking smart contract, right? There's going to be also other ways that this is going to generate funds, and those will also be putting in the staking smart contract, which you will need KYC to get access. Now, this is what we want to do regarding the token launch and funding. We'll be putting out more details when we get closer to it, but probably if we look at the roadmap, we also want to ship product first. We want to even give you more arguments why we are a serious team, why we are a hardworking team, and why we deserve your trust to invest in the project, to participate in this token sale, so we can keep building and go for new heights. We have been with an incredible journey on the sandbox. I think we pretty much proved our excellence, also our dedication and hard work regarding this project. Now, with also the board game that you can see right here, let me check if you can see if it's okay. It's in the camera. From the board game that it is just right here, it's a physical one. Then we want to launch now the digital. Then we want to do the Kickstarter, and with those have some more milestones completed that will bring some security even for new investors that want to participate in the token launch and within the funding round. Having that said, that's what we got planned. Let me know if you've got questions, if you're excited about anything in particular. But that's going to be about it for what we have next. I'm not going to put definite timestamps on things because usually stuff gets delayed. Development takes time. And that is one thing we have learned. It's especially when we are such a small size type of team, to keep up with those dates. But what I can promise is that we're working hard and we're doing the best we can to push through this. Having that said, we hope we can accomplish all of this stuff this year, or if not, it will be moving into the next year. That's the next milestones, that's the next roadmap. And when we get our hands, we will be able to actually build our own game without any restrictions. We can pretty much do anything we like, and we want to do pretty much everything that you like. So let's imagine that you got access to a team that has funds, it has knowledge, and they're building a game for you. And the game can have pretty much everything that you want it to have. So this is an open invitation for all of you to be very participant during this process, because we want to make sure we've got the right gameplay, we've got the right functionalities, we've got the right UI that you think, yeah, this is how we want to have the game, how we want to experience the game, how we want to feel to play. So we're counting on you because it's going to be important. Whew, that was a lot, right? A lot of big plans and a lot of big news. We're going to be wrapping up the stream for today. Let me see if we've got anyone to raid. If not, you're planning to stream, that would be a nice time to do so. Otherwise, we're going to be, let me check, do we have even anyone to raid? I don't think so. I don't think so. Probably we will be raiding Wombat Gamers. They also do these AMAs from time to time on Twitch. They're cool dudes. They're also building a couple of stuff on the blockchain. Been here for quite some time. I do have them on my Twitch channel, so let's raid them. From me, that was all. Thank you so much for watching the stream. And again, that was a wrap up of the Build a Challenge 3. We will be sending out the prizes once we've received them from the sandbox. Thank you so much for playing the Pickaxe Master Games. We've got big plans ahead for the sandbox, for the board game, for the token. We got pretty much big news for everything. So counting with all of you to be involved in this. Nappy, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. We're about to close the stream right now. But yeah, that was about it. Hope you enjoyed the news. Hope you enjoyed the beans. These was big beans. We've been cooking these stuff. Don't worry, Nappy. So we've been cooking a lot of stuff. So all of that I just showed you, that took a lot of months of meetings, of lawyer team, accountability, just trying to understand how everything would plug in legally with the blockchain and what we're doing here. And finally, we're in a place that, yeah, we can do it. We can do it, and now we want to do is to first show you some public records on how it's going, so you also would feel like, yeah, this is a good bet. Either way, that was all for today. Feel free to watch the VOD as well. There's some good content there. There's a lot of beans in there as well. Nappy, very happy to see you here. Also, just a quick check before we wrap up. Let me go over the... Where's the prize pool? Maybe it doesn't show these much. Okay, prizes, perfect. So what we have here is, also let me just, these can be deleted for now. Okay. So what we have here is the top of the leaderboard. We had 92 players. Just giving a feedback. Nappy, you ended in 20 seconds. Very, very close to the next milestone. But hey, with only 2 days of plays, we've got 47 cent, plus all the individual rankings that you got from here. So, for example, here it's extra 2 cent. Elgoroth, you got... I don't see on Elgoroth Ascension. Well, let me do a search. Nappy. Nope, no score on Elgoroth. Here you got extra 2 cents, extra 2 cents, so that makes 6, 8. No score on Temple of the Four Winds. Lucky Pit, you got extra 2 cents, so 10 cents. Yeah, you got 12 cents extra on the individual, so 37, 50, around 60 cents for 2 days of gameplay. You didn't complete Elgoroth. Yeah, I saw that. But hey, this is what we want to do next. Next one will be much better. For sure. We've got an ad coming on, so we're not going to wait for the ad. We will be closing the stream very soon. So going to get that raid going on. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you also had an amazing time during the Build a Challenge. We will be giving an announcement with the closure of the Build a Challenge on our Discord server, so stay tuned for that as well. We will be back on next Wednesday for the Lucky Minus stream. Hell freaking yeah, we do not stop those, and we're going to give away more sand prizes during the live stream. If you've got any questions, let me know in the Discord server as well. If you've got feedback and suggestions, we appreciate those as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing day. Let's say hello to Wombat Gamers, and for now, it will be all. So stay tuned. See you very soon. Cheers. And right now, we are